Hello students, I hope you all will be fine. My name is Sonali and today we are going to discuss a very important topic of 9th class, that is polynomials, right? This is the second chapter in your NCERT book, polynomials. So before coming to the definition, you can see the basic definition of polynomials. First of all, let's discuss a very real life example so that it could be easy for us to come to our main topic, that is polynomials. Okay, so suppose a student named Ria come to me and she said me that when she add up the ages of her father and mother, she got the result as 70 years. Means what she is saying? She is saying that the age of a father plus the age of her mother is 70 years, right? She said that when she add up both the ages, she get the result as 70. And she also told us, suppose that the age of her father is 35 years. Okay, suppose she has already told us the age of father, but she has not told me the age of her mother. Okay, so since I don't know the exact age of mother here, so I can take any variable here, right? Because I don't know, it's unknown for me. And to represent an unknown quantity, we always take the help of a variable. Okay, so what I have done, see, I have written here a variable x. I can take it as x. Why? Because she has not told me the exact age of her mother. She has just told me that the age of her father is 35 years, and when she add up both the ages, she get the result as 70 years, right? So what I have done, whatever the real life situation she was telling me, I have turned it into a mathematical statement, and this mathematical statement is called as polynomial, and this mathematical statement is called as polynomial, right? So you can see that what is a polynomial? Basically, it's that mathematical statement which is a combination of a fixed number, right, which is called a constant, here. Why it is called constant? Because if we are say, suppose in the in your school also, in the PTMs, if your parents ask your teacher that how's my child going on, then sometimes teacher used to say that yeah, he or she is performing constantly, right? So that means a fixed type of performance, right? That if you are constantly getting 9 out of 10 in the test of maths, then you will say that I am constantly getting it, right? When you are having a fixed value. So in this mathematical statement also, the fixed value is 35, and the unknown one is called a variable, right? Variable means which has liberty to vary, right? Which has liberty to take any value. Okay, like sometimes you are getting 0 out of 10, sometimes you are getting 1 out of 10, sometimes you are getting full marks 10 out of 10, right? So that means now your performance is varying. Okay, so here when a mathematical statement is a combination of a constant and a variable, then that mathematical statement, or you can say that algebraic expression, is called a polynomial. Okay, so now I think it's clear to us. So let's come to the basic definition of polynomials here, that is polynomials. So that is the very first basic definition of polynomials, and that is an algebraic expression, right, which includes variables, right, constants, and one more thing which I am going to add here is exponents. I am coming to the meaning of exponents also, right? So an algebraic expression which includes variables, constants, and exponents, that is called a polynomial, and this is the first one. And the second condition is that the power of the variable should be a positive integer. right? Now, what is the meaning of that? That the power of the variable should be a positive integer, okay? So before discussing the second one, let's come to the first one, okay? The meaning here is exponents. The main word is here exponents for us now, which we have not discussed till now. Suppose if I ask you that can you tell me any number when you square it, you get 4. See, what are you doing in your mind? You are making it as a mathematical statement that when you are going, you don't know that number, right? It's an unknown number for you. So definitely you are going to take help of a variable here to represent it, okay? So you take suppose a variable as x here, okay? Tell me that number, when you will square it, you will get 4, right? Can you tell me that number, when you will square it, you will get 4. So simply what would you say? You would say, ma'am, x can take value 2 also, right? Why? Because 2 square is 4. We know that. And another student suppose say that, ma'am, x could be minus 2 also. Why? Because when you will square minus 2, then again you will get 4, right? So what you have observed here, the student has turned my statement that tell me a number whose square is 4 into a mathematical statement. And here it's a combination of an unknown number also and a fixed number also, right? So I can say it as a polynomial also. That is x square equals to 4 is a polynomial, right? And you can see here that the power of the variable is 2 here, right? So while writing a polynomial, make it sure that the power of the variable should be always a positive integer, and your mathematical statement includes a combination of variables, constants and exponents. Now you will ask me that the very first example I have taken when I have added up the ages of the father and the mother as 35 plus x equals to 70 years, right? So here also there is a power of the variable, that is x raised to power 1, and 1 is a positive integer, okay? So while writing a polynomial, make sure that the power of the variable should be a positive integer, okay? So this is the basic definition of polynomials, that how to write a polynomial in a standard form, okay? Now let's come to the another one, that is, let's come to the another thing which is very important for us, that is polynomial in one variable. Polynomial in one variable, right? And similarly, I am going to take another example of a polynomial in 2 variables and so on. Well, I will let you know about it, okay? So polynomial in one variable, like the very first example I have taken, that when I add up the ages of father and mother, I get 70, right? In this expression, 35 plus x equals to 70. So you can clearly tell me here that how many unknown quantities are there in your polynomial. Then you will say there is only one unknown quantity in your polynomial, that is x, right? But suppose she doesn't tell me the ages of her father and mother, and she just told me that she add up both the ages and she gets 70, right? Suppose I don't know the ages of both parents, okay? So what would I write? X plus y equals to 70, right? Because I don't know the age of both the parents, okay? So here, how many unknown quantities are there now? 2 unknown quantities are there. So that means I would say it's a polynomial in 2 variables. Similarly, you can write a polynomial in 3 variables, 4 variables and so on, okay? So what we have discussed till now, we have discussed the basic definition of polynomials, and the second thing we have discussed polynomial in 1 variables, 2 variables and so on, okay? Now, you can categorize polynomial on the basis of number of terms also. How can we do that? Think about it. Yes, we can categorize polynomial on the basis of number of terms also. Like for example, the very first example, again I am considering it just to relate it, with the topic. That is x plus 35 equals to 70. Right? And what would you say? If 35 minus 70 equals to 0. So you can say x minus 35 equals to 0. Okay. Now see. How many terms are there? Can you tell me? How many terms are there in this polynomial? Then you will say, ma'am, first term and second term. Right? So there are two terms in this mathematical statement, or you can say in this algebraic expression that is in this polynomial. Okay? And suppose I take another example, well this is the first example. Suppose I take another example, x plus y plus 35 equals to suppose 80. Right? Suppose I take this. Now if I ask you how many quantities are there, then first of all you will solve it as 35 minus 80 equals to 0. And what would you say? X plus y minus 45 equals to 0. Right? Now how many terms are there? 1, 2 and 3 terms are there. Okay. Now it could be possible also that you have only, so say if I take only this example, x square and nothing else I write. Okay. X square. Okay. So on the basis upon number of terms, now you will say that here is only one term. Right? So what we call it as monomial. What we call the polynomial with only one term as monomial. Right? Because mono means one. Mono means one. Like I am only one person standing here. So you will say monomial. Okay? Now the second one is two terms are there when. So this is a binomial. This is the binomial. Why? Because bi means two. Bi means 2. Okay, and the next one has 3 terms. So how many terms are there? 3 terms. So you will say it as trinomial. That is a trinomial which has 3 terms. Similarly, if your polynomial has 4 terms, 5 terms, 6 terms, so you will, it means basically I just want to tell you that how the word polynomial has derived with this situation, right? Poly. The poly means many and nomial means terms. So when your algebraic expression contains many terms, you can say it as polynomial. This is a polynomial. This is a polynomial. This is a polynomial. Okay? So when your polynomial has one term only, you will categorize it as further as monomial. When your polynomial has 2 terms, you will categorize it as binomial. If it has 3 terms, you will categorize it as trinomial, and similarly so. Okay, so I hope that today's lecture would be clear to you. First of all, we have done the very basic definition of polynomials. Then we have seen that how can we write polynomials in 1 variable, 2 variables and so on, and how can we categorize it on the basis of number of terms. Thank you.